Right, everybody, I'm back with a SOY Nerd regrets seeing Captain America Brave New World. And this time, it's Angry Joe and that. And probably tell by the thumbnail, he's crying, so he didn't like it. Or not enough that he'd praise the film, even though I think he's trying to protect his channel and that, so he's sitting on the fence with it and that, because it starts, well, that's the original thumbnail, because yeah, he got 397,000 views, so yeah. Yeah, like 3 weeks ago. But yeah, it was on for 48 minutes and that, or nearly 49 minutes, 50 minutes, nearly. So I was like, yeah. I skipped through a bit of it, I'll explain later. But yeah, it starts off and that comes on and he says, like, he's seen some reviews of it before he saw the film, and he says, like, the critics give it 5 out of 10, like a 50% sort of like score out of 100. But he thinks, though, that the audience will give it a higher score. Well, like, you could tell by the sort of like first movie, his friends were like thinking no, because they probably know what Joe, and they're probably thinking, no, don't say this, Joe, you're gonna make yourself look a fucking cunt. What are you doing? And me personally, I was thinking, yeah, you fucking idiot, Joe, what are you doing? Because like his friends sort of like was giving him concerned looks, and they're looking down thinking, oh no. But it turns out though that he was right, that the critics did score it higher. Now, did he know that like fucking there might be some kind of score boosting going on? Or did he think that, yeah, there's enough soy nerd sad bitches out there that was gonna watch Agatha, and so of course Captain America Brave New World's fucking 79% score. I don't know. But anyway, he was right on that fucker. I was thinking, no, you're going to show yourself up, but no, he was right. And then he sort of can see why the critics give it such a low fucking score, though, and that. So, like, he still wanted to redeem some dignity, I think, before his mates would be like, oh, Joe, fucking hell, we're leaving. Because they were probably not that happy that Joe wanted to see this film. They're probably thinking, Joe, can't we just tell the audience it's going to be a total pile of fucking disarranged dog shite, and let's just do a Scott Atkins film. Can we go see it? But no. Yeah. Anyway, he asked his friends and that, like, what they thought, and they say they thought the film was shit and that. And the dude on the far left, and or it could have been the other dude. Anyway, one of them said they didn't think Anthony Mackie is a big enough of a star, of a actor, to be a main lead. And then they said, like, the writers or the production didn't do him much justice by giving him a 4-foot lady that was not convincing. They went on about the small child and that, saying they shouldn't have been in it and that. But yeah, you know. Well, They said there was shoddy fight scenes, apart from the flying air battle scenes and that. So they was all right and that. And then they talked about the director saying that they thought he was good and that. But then they threw the writers under the bus because they said the writing should have been better. And they listed off about fucking 5 or 6 writers that probably fucking 3 of them fucking, or 5 or 6 writers, but probably 3 of them, their stuff that they writ might not have entered into the. But anyway, considering how many writers there was, they said it should have been better. Which it don't matter how many writers you got, is if the good writers, I thought, you know. But fucking, they thought it should have been better. And then they was talking about the reshoots, where they said that Red Hulk looks green screen, which with them reshoots, as I say, it was where Anthony Mackie was fighting against a foe, but he didn't know which enemy foe he was fighting against, so he was just doing generic sort of fighting, blocking moves or whatever. So yeah, well, and this is why anyone who thinks it's a good film, you're talking shit, because that 78% would have been fucking having 5-star scores and that, which I haven't brought. That's just ridiculous. But anyway, talk about Harrison Ford not wanting to be there. Said like he looked like he was just there for the money or whatever. And then talked about it looking like there was 2 movies merged into one, which I was thinking only 2 movies, because it looked about 5 movies. How many reshoots there was doing. Because I'm sure there was a few test screenings where there was at least 2 or 3 versions of it. I remember one version that I think it was probably like the first version where Anthony Mackie at the end started going into a Black Lives Matter speech, and so yeah, that didn't go down well. Well, anyway, then they go on to talk about generic shit about the fucking film, you know, like the film plot, which I just skipped through and I want fucking, because it must have been like 20 minutes of them talking about the film, which I heard a little bit though, because when I tried to get near the end, where there was picking up that the leader should have been more powerful in the film, because he is written as quite a powerful character, but he was doing some fairly mind-altering stuff and that. But because I hadn't seen it, yeah, but I can see where, if you're talking about him doing the leader fucking dirty in this film, making him look like a fucking cabbage head fool, it's like, yeah, I can see where they're coming from with that. And then they talk about the end credit scene where, like, I'm not really sure who Sterling or Staron is, but anyway, Falcon sees him and he says, apparently, you've got to protect everyone in the world, but they are coming. The others are coming, sort of thing. So, setting it up for a, like, fucking invasion, fucking plot line, I think, you know? And then they sort of, like, end on the sort of film review of it. And they're sort of going to the sort of afterthoughts where they talk about them thinking, well, Joe thinking that the Thunderbolt film will be a better film than Captain America: Brave New World. And then he says that Fantastic Four should be a good film. So a little bit of sitting on the fence there, I think. Is one of them where he's not saying it's going to be a shit film, even though I think it is. It's not going to be a good film. Might not be the shittest film ever, but I don't think it's going to be a good film. I think there's going to be too much fucking girl boss in that. But anyway. And then with that Thunderbolt film, too many girl bosses probably and all. So, and then he talks about them two films before seeing Doomsday and that, which apparently is going to get released and that with fucking Doctor Doom in it, sort of thing. And he wants to see it though, to see how much of a disaster of a film it is and how many shit characters will be in it. Because talk about Eternals and that sort of shit. And then, as I say, he basically says it was a shit film, sort of thing, but in a polite sort of like, oh, it's not one of the best. No, because it's fucking totally shit. And talks a bit more shit, sort of thing, before the video ends. And yeah, that was sort of like his review. I said, never saw an head bitch, gonna see a film where he knew it was gonna be shit. But he watched it. So, thanks for watching my video and that, and hopefully I'll be doing a number 8 and that. So, thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.